Welcome everyone to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down a really strategic path to certification. Specifically, we're taking a close look at exactly what, in this Coy Academy course, you will learn to completely conquer the RHS exam. Let's get into it.
Look, we all know the DANB Radiation Health and Safety Exam is a major, high-stakes hurdle for dental assistants. It's a tough test, no doubt about it. So the big question we gotta ask is, are you ready to conquer it and pass on the very first try?
Now, what's really interesting here is how they approach studying. For a lot of people, test prep just means rote memorization, right? Just cramming facts. While Coy Academy kind of flips that on its head by focusing on true clinical context. You aren't just blindly memorizing protocols, you're actually understanding exactly why they exist. This ensures you're ready for the actual operatory, not just circling answers on a multiple choice test.
So here's our agenda for today, which actually mirrors the official exam blueprint. We've got 1. Mastering the RHS exam, 2. The Coy Academy Advantage, 3. Purpose and imaging techniques, 4. Radiation production and safety, 5. Standard infection control precautions, and finally, 6. Tools for exam success. All right, let's jump right in.
Section 1. Mastering the RHS exam.
You know, strategy is really all about the numbers. In this Coy Academy course, you will learn exactly how to leverage the 80-20 rule. You're going to focus heavily on the 20% of the material, stuff like physics, biology, and safety, that actually accounts for 80% of the exam questions. It's all about studying smarter, not harder.
Okay, let's dive into Section 2, the Coy Academy Advantage.
This is where you see how every single lesson has a direct tieback to the exam blueprint. In this Coy Academy course, you will learn patient and operator protection specifically for the radiation safety category. Then, for exposure, you'll drill deep into technique, mounting, and identifying anatomy. And to conquer that dreaded physics category, we're focusing right in on ionization and tissue effects. It's perfectly mapped out.
And this structure is brilliantly justified by the actual exam weightings themselves. Look at this, a massive 50% of the exam covers purpose and technique alone. Radiation production and standard precautions sit at 25% each. This is exactly why you'll spend so much time mastering these specific units. It literally mirrors the test you're going to take.
Moving on to Section 3, Purpose and Imaging Techniques. So the crucial point here is, what techniques are you actively mastering? Well, in this Coy Academy course, you will learn both intraoral and extraoral techniques. We're talking everything from periapical to CBCT basics. But beyond just capturing the image, you're going to learn vital error correction skills, anatomical landmarks for accurate mounting, and even the strict legal HIPAA requirements. It is an incredibly comprehensive deep dive.
Section 4. Radiation Production and Safety.
ALARA. As low as reasonably achievable. You know, safety is truly the largest overarching theme of the entire RHS exam. In this Coy Academy course, you will learn this ALARA-centric curriculum inside and out, mastering absolutely essential protocols like shielding, filtration, and PID length to protect both your patients and, of course, yourself.
Let's be honest for a second. The physics portion can be pretty intimidating, right? But here, those complex physical factors like KVP, MA, and exposure time are broken down into highly understandable, bite-sized concepts. You're going to clearly see the difference between primary and scatter radiation and understand exactly how radiation actually impacts cellular tissue.
Let's move to Section 5, Standard Infection Control Precautions.
Let's see how this all builds together chronologically. In this Coy Academy course, you will learn highly practical step-by-step methods to completely prevent cross-contamination. Step 1 is breaking down and setting up the treatment room. Step 2 covers placing barriers and PIDs. Step 3 is all about mastering critical instrument sterilization. And finally, Step 4 is the correct donning and doffing of PPE. It's totally safe, it's logical, and it's sequential.
And finally, Section 6, Tools for Exam Success.
To actually master all this material, you're given a really high-yield arsenal. You get anatomy flashcards to nail down those quadrants, a dental vocabulary glossary to completely conquer the jargon, and full-length mock exams. But listen, whatever you do, do not skip the red box examinants. These are literally red flags scattered throughout the course that highlight actual recurring test concepts you are going to see.
Build muscle memory for technical terms. That right there is the core philosophy behind the interactive quizzes. By taking and retaking them, all that complex jargon stops being a hurdle and just becomes second nature. It's a game changer that really fast-tracks your readiness for exam day.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty empowering question. Are you ready to stop memorizing and start understanding? By using this targeted, clinical context approach, you can actually take charge of your certification journey and walk into that DANB RHS exam with absolute 100% confidence. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and best of luck out there.